Part 1. The city that controls trillions. Imagine a place smaller than New York Central Park. A place where fewer than 10,000 people actually live. Yet every single day, trillions of dollars move through its offices. This tiny district influences the value of currencies, the price of oil, the cost of borrowing money, and investment decisions that affect people across almost every country on Earth. Surprisingly, this place isn't New York. It isn't Dubai. It isn't Singapore. It's London. But not the London most tourists know. Hidden inside the British capital is a financial district with a history stretching back centuries. A place that has survived fires, wars, economic crashes, and political upheaval, yet continues to rank among the world's most influential financial centers. So how did one city become the beating heart of global finance? Chapter 1. Where it all began. Long before London's famous skyline of glass towers and modern skyscrapers, this area looked very different. In AD 43, Roman forces invaded Britain and established a settlement on the banks of the River Thames. They called it Londinium. The location was no accident. The Thames offered access to the sea while remaining far enough inland for ships to unload goods with relative safety. Roads built by the Romans connected Londinium to other growing settlements, turning it into a hub for trade, administration, and military logistics. Merchants arrived with wine, olive oil, pottery, metals, textiles, and countless other goods from across the Roman Empire. Trade created wealth, and wealth attracted more merchants. Even after the Romans left Britain, London's strategic position ensured that it remained an important trading center through the centuries that followed. This early advantage laid the foundations for something much bigger than anyone at the time could have imagined. Chapter 2. A City Rebuilt. London's journey to financial power was anything but smooth. Over the centuries, it faced devastating outbreaks of disease, destructive wars, and one of the most famous disasters in British history, the Great Fire of London in 1666. Large parts of the city were destroyed. Homes, churches, warehouses, and businesses were reduced to ashes. Many believed London would never fully recover. Instead, the city rebuilt itself. Wider streets, stronger buildings, and improved infrastructure gradually transformed London into a safer and more organized commercial center. As confidence returned, merchants, insurers, and financiers expanded their activities. Trade increased, and with trade came a growing need for banking, lending, insurance, and investment. London wasn't simply rebuilding its streets, it was rebuilding trust. And in finance, trust is one of the most valuable assets a city can possess. Chapter 3. The River That Changed the World. If London's story has a main character, it might not be a person at all. It might be the River Thames. For centuries, ships arrived from across Europe and beyond, carrying spices, timber, silk, tea, sugar, precious metals, and countless other goods. Every ship entering the port represented opportunity. Goods were bought and sold, cargoes were insured, loans financed voyages, profits funded new expeditions. The more trade that flowed through London, the more money circulated within the city. Over time, merchants needed reliable institutions to handle increasingly complex transactions.
Banks grew, insurance businesses expanded, financial networks became more sophisticated. What started as a busy trading port was evolving into one of the world's leading commercial centers. But London's greatest advantage wasn't simply geography. It was about to build something that would reshape the global economy. An empire unlike anything the world had ever seen. Across continents and oceans, British trade networks expanded, connecting markets thousands of miles apart. With every new route, more wealth flowed through London. Soon, decisions made in this city would influence businesses, governments, and investors around the globe. In the next chapter, we'll uncover how the rise of the British Empire and the institutions it created transformed London from a powerful trading city into one of the most influential financial capitals in history. Part 2. The Empire That Made London Rich. By the late 1600s, London had already become one of Europe's busiest trading cities. But trade alone couldn't make a city the financial capital of the world. What changed everything was Britain's growing influence across the seas. Over the next 2 centuries, the British Empire expanded across continents, controlling territories in North America, the Caribbean, Africa, Asia, and Oceania. At its height, it governed nearly a quarter of the world's land and population. As the empire grew, so did London's importance. The city became the place where money, trade, and power came together. Chapter 1. The Company That Changed Global Trade. One organization played an extraordinary role in this transformation: the East India Company. Founded in 1600, it began as a trading company with permission from the English crown to conduct business in Asia. Over time, it became far more than a merchant enterprise. It managed ports, collected taxes, maintained private armies, and controlled vast trading networks. Ships carrying tea, cotton, spices, silk, and other valuable goods sailed across oceans before returning to London. The profits from these voyages flowed back into British banks, businesses, and investors. Every successful expedition generated new wealth. Every investment encouraged another voyage. London became the place where merchants sought financing, insurers protected cargo, and investors funded global trade. The city wasn't just buying and selling goods, it was becoming the financial engine behind international commerce.
Chapter 2: The Birth of Modern Finance.
As trade expanded, merchants faced new risks. Storms could sink ships, pirates could seize cargo, wars could interrupt entire trade routes. Managing these risks required new financial tools. Banks offered loans for ambitious voyages. Insurers helped protect merchants against devastating losses. Investors pooled money into ventures, spreading both risk and reward. This growing financial ecosystem encouraged innovation. In 1694, the Bank of England was established to help stabilize the nation's finances and support government borrowing. Its creation strengthened confidence in Britain's financial system. Around the same period, organized markets for buying and selling shares became increasingly important, eventually leading to the development of the London Stock Exchange. Together, these institutions helped create a trusted environment where businesses and governments could raise capital on a much larger scale.
Chapter 3: The Industrial Revolution. Then came another turning point. The Industrial Revolution. Factories transformed production. Steam engines accelerated transportation. Railways connected cities. Innovation increased productivity on an unprecedented scale. But building factories, railways, ports, and machines required enormous amounts of capital. That capital was increasingly raised through London's banks and financial markets. Investors financed ambitious projects. Businesses borrowed to expand. Insurance companies supported growing industries. As Britain's economy accelerated, London's role as a global financial center became even stronger. Money no longer followed trade alone. It financed technology progress itself. All right. By the 19th century, London had become one of the world's most powerful financial capitals. But its greatest advantage wasn't just wealth. It was something far more unusual. Hidden inside modern London is a district with its own traditions, governance, and centuries-old financial influence. Known simply as the City of London, this small area continues to play an outsized role in global finance. In the next chapter, we'll explore why this 1 square mile remains one of the most influential financial districts on Earth, and why banks, investors, and multinational companies still choose it as a gateway to global markets.
Part 3: Wall Street versus London, the battle for global finance. By the early 20th century, London had established itself as one of the world's leading financial centers. But across the Atlantic, another city was rising: New York. As America's economy expanded, Wall Street transformed into a symbol of modern capitalism. The world's largest corporations listed their shares there. Investment banks grew into global giants. And after the Second World War, the United States emerged as the world's largest economy. Many believed London's era of financial dominance was over. But that isn't what happened. Instead of disappearing, London reinvented itself.
Chapter 1: The City That Never Slept, and the City That Never Stopped Trading.
Today, New York and London dominate global finance, but in different ways. Wall Street is known for massive stock markets and some of the world's biggest public companies. London's strength is different. It acts as a bridge between continents. When Asian markets close, London is opening. When London finishes its trading day, New York is just getting started. This overlap allows financial institutions to serve clients across multiple time zones with remarkable efficiency. Banks, hedge funds, insurers, currency traders, and multinational corporations all benefit from this global rhythm. Location became one of London's greatest competitive advantages. But time zones alone don't explain its success. The city's legal system, experienced workforce, deep financial expertise, and international business environment have also made it attractive for companies from around the world.
Chapter 2: Why Trillions Flow Through London. Every day, enormous volumes of global financial transactions pass through London. The city plays a major role in foreign exchange markets, international banking, insurance, and cross-border finance. Many multinational companies choose London as a regional or global base because it offers access to financial services, legal expertise, and international investors. Walk through the streets of the City of London or nearby Canary Wharf, and you'll find offices representing banks, investment firms, insurers, consulting companies, and financial technology businesses from across the globe. These organizations help move capital between countries, support international trade, and connect investors with businesses seeking funding. In many ways, London functions less as the financial center of one country and more as a meeting place for the global economy.
Chapter 3. Brexit, a defining test. Then came one of the biggest political and economic changes in modern British history, Brexit. When the United Kingdom voted to leave the European Union in 2016, many experts predicted London's financial sector would lose its international influence. Some firms moved parts of their operations to cities such as Paris, Frankfurt, Dublin, and Amsterdam. Questions were raised about whether London's role would diminish over time. The transition created challenges and required many financial institutions to adapt. Yet London remained one of the world's leading financial centers. Its long-established markets, international connections, legal framework, and concentration of financial expertise continued to attract global business. The city had survived wars, economic crises, and centuries of change before. Brexit became another chapter in its long history of adaptation. But the next challenge may be unlike any before. Artificial intelligence, digital currencies, fintech innovation, and rapidly growing financial hubs in Singapore, Dubai, and other global cities are reshaping the industry. Can London continue to lead in a world where finance is becoming increasingly digital and borderless? Or will a new financial capital emerge? In the final chapter, we'll explore the future of global finance and whether London's remarkable story is entering a new era or simply beginning another one.
Part 4. The future of London. Can it stay on top?
For more than 2,000 years, London has reinvented itself. It survived the fall of the Roman Empire. It rebuilt after the Great Fire of 1666. It endured world wars, financial crises, political uncertainty, and dramatic shifts in the global economy. Time after time, many predicted its decline. And time after time, London adapted. But today's challenge is unlike anything in its history. This time, the competition isn't just another city. It's technology itself.
Chapter 1. The New Financial Revolution.
The world of finance is changing faster than ever. Artificial intelligence is helping banks detect fraud, assess financial risks, and improve customer service. Financial technology companies, often called fintech firms, are transforming how people borrow money, invest, transfer funds, and make payments. Digital banking has reduced the need for physical branches. Cloud computing allows businesses to operate across borders. Instant payments have become an expectation rather than a luxury. Meanwhile, digital assets and blockchain technology continue to influence discussions about the future of financial systems, even as regulations evolve in different countries. For a city built on centuries of tradition, staying competitive now depends on embracing innovation while maintaining trust. That balance will shape London's future.
Chapter 2. Competition is growing. London no longer competes with just one rival. New York remains a global leader in capital markets. Singapore has become a major gateway to Asia. Dubai is attracting international businesses with ambitious development and regional connectivity. Other financial centers continue investing in technology, talent, and infrastructure. Each city offers its own advantages. Some focus on fast-growing regional markets, others specialize in investment management, banking, or financial technology. Despite this growing competition, London retains strengths that are difficult to replicate overnight. It has a deep pool of financial expertise, internationally respected legal institutions, world-class universities, global business connections, and centuries of experience handling complex international finance. Those foundations continue to make London an important destination for companies and investors from around the world.
Chapter 3. More than money. When people think about finance, they often picture skyscrapers, stock exchanges, and billion-dollar transactions. But finance is ultimately about people. Businesses raising money to grow, entrepreneurs building new ideas, families saving for the future, governments funding public services. Behind every investment, loan, insurance policy, or pension fund are real lives and real decisions. London's influence comes not only from the amount of money that passes through it, but from the trust, expertise, and international relationships it has built over generations. Those qualities have helped it remain relevant through periods of enormous change.
Final conclusion. So, why does London rule global finance? Not because it has the tallest buildings, not because it has the largest population,
and not because it always has the biggest stock market. London's strength comes from something less visible. Its location connected continents. Its history connected markets. Its institutions earned confidence. Its financial ecosystem brought together banks, insurers, investors, lawyers, technology companies, and businesses from around the world. For centuries, it has adapted to changing times instead of resisting them. The future is uncertain. Artificial intelligence will reshape industries. New financial hubs will continue to rise. Technology will change how money moves across the globe. No city can assume its position is guaranteed forever. But if history has taught us anything, it's this. London has never stayed important by standing still. It has stayed important by evolving. And perhaps that is the greatest lesson any financial capital can learn. If you enjoyed this documentary, don't forget to subscribe for more stories exploring the history, geography, and hidden forces that shape our modern world. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next documentary.